In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the basic shapes in Adobe Illustrator, and it's really important to get a good understanding of these at this stage because we will be using them later in the course to create more advanced shapes. Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to be looking briefly at the line segment tool, the arc tool, the rectangle tool, rounded rectangle tool, ellipse tool, polygon tool, and star tool. Okay, so let's start with the line segment tool. You can left click on the artboard and drag to create a straight line. And you can also left click and then hold shift to create a straight horizontal line or a line at 45 degrees or a completely vertical line if you wish. Similarly to the line segment tool, you've got the arc tool. So you can left click and drag to create a curve, or you can create a nice even curve by holding shift. Next we have the rectangle tool. You can left click on the artboard and drag to create any four-sided shape. Or you can hold shift and do the same again to create a square. Or you can left click anywhere on the artboard and you can specify your own width and your own height. Click OK and it will create the shape for you. Similarly to the rectangle tool, we've got the rounded rectangle tool. If I left click and create this, you'll see that the corners are rounded off. So if I left click on the artboard, I can specify a corner radius of, let's say, 10, and a width of 500, and a height of 400. And you'll see that the corners are quite small. If I create that same shape again, 500 width, 400 height, and create the corner radius of 50, next we've got the ellipse tool. You can left click and drag to create an ellipse, or you can hold shift and create a perfect circle. Next we have the polygon tool. Now you can left click on the artboard and you can specify the number of sides. So let's say 5 to create a pentagon with a radius of 200 pixels. Okay, so we've got our pentagon. Then you can do the same again, but change the number of sides to 6, and it will create a hexagon. And you can do the same again, and let's put 8 in to create an octagon. And you can do this for any number of sides that you like. And lastly, we've got the star tool. So we can left click on the artboard, specify our radius 1 and radius 2. Now these are the innermost and outermost points of the star we're going to create. So if we leave them at 25 and 50 pixels, and we're going to have 5 points on this star, and click OK, we create something that looks like a very typical star. Now, if we create the same star again, but we enter 20 points, you'll see that it looks quite different now. And now what I'm going to do to give you a comparison is I'm going to create the same star again, but we're going to change radius 1 and radius 2. So let's bring radius 2 up to 40 pixels. So the difference between radius 1 and radius 2 is considerably less. Okay, so now you can see that the points themselves are much less pronounced than in the original star we created. And again, you can do this with any number of points that you like. Okay, that's the end of this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.